Hey everybody, Sally here from Sally Choate Therapy. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about anxiety and onions, and I know you're going to be thinking, what is she talking about now? But stick around and you'll find out something very, very interesting. So I liken us as a person to an onion, and you might think, what do you mean by that? Well, I believe that anxiety is just the outside layer of who we really are and our real issues. So if you think of the onion and you cut it down the middle, you can recognise all the different layers, okay? And deep rooted in the middle of that onion is I am not enough. And you might be thinking, what do you mean I'm not enough? So if I just talk to an everyday person and they said to me, I'm feeling a bit depressed or I can't seem to get anything done, and I said to them, it's because you don't feel enough, they would think I'll start raving mad, okay? Because a lot of us don't realise that all of our underlying issues come from that one common denominator, and you can argue as much as you want, but I'm telling you now, that's where it stems from. Okay, so let's look. What is anxiety? Most of you watching my videos already know what anxiety is. So anxiety is, it's created by us through our minds to protect us. It thinks it is protecting us from being in danger when we're fearful, scared, stressed, worried. Okay, the physical symptoms: you have the heart palpitations, you can have a dry throat, you can have a heavy chest, you can have wobbly knees, you can have butterflies in your stomach, or you can just feel really sick. You know, when you were a child and something was worrying you at school and you go, Mum, my stomach really hurts. That in a way is anxiety, because our stomach, funnily enough, is our second brain. So everything that goes through our mind then affects our stomach, especially if it's negative. So think of this, you get told some bad news, it immediately upsets your stomach. Okay, where am I going with this? So that's kind of the symptoms and what anxiety is. So it is a protection thing. Now, anxiety or a hyper-vigilant state. So when you're continually anxious, you're in a hyper-vigilant state or hyper-alert. And this is a natural response system in us, created back in primitive times. And we still have that primitive brain in us, okay? So when we used to come out of the cave, we couldn't come out there all singing and dancing because we were likely to be killed. So just say as a woman, you had to leave the cave and go and collect fruit and berries. Or as a man, you had to go out and kill something to eat to keep everybody alive. Okay, so you are coming out of the cave and you are in that moment in a hyper vigilant, hyper alert state, for you know you are in extreme danger of being killed. However, we are not in that situation anymore, but our brain doesn't know that. So the more you tell your brain you're scared, you can't face a person, place or situation, this is when you create this feeling inside you. And the more you create it, it becomes a habit. And the more the habit sinks in, the more you do it. And before you know it, you're constantly living in this fearful state when actually 97% of the things you're thinking of are not going to happen anyway. Going back to you're not enough. There's only 4% of the population who know they are enough, okay? But let's go back to anxiety. Anxiety doesn't know any social standing, okay? You could be a film star, a celebrity. You could be extremely wealthy. You could be extremely poor. You could be black. You could be white. It has no idea of race, religion, creed, culture. All right? It doesn't matter what country in the world you come to or what age you are. It can affect you when you're 5. It can affect you when you're 105. It doesn't know. It only knows what you tell it as a person, no matter what age you are. I know it sounds really, really ridiculous. So let's go back to the onion. So deep rooted in the middle of the onion is I am not enough. Okay, right, now let's look at the outside. So I see the outside layer is anxiety or maybe depression. So anxiety and depression. What is that? So you think, why have I got anxiety? Where did that come from? I don't even know why I've got it. Or why am I depressed? You know, you just can't seem to shake it off because it's the negative limiting beliefs you've learnt from way back when. So let's peel off the first layer. So say we take away the anxiety, let's have a deeper look. So under the anxiety is the fact that you feel depressed, and you feel depressed because you criticise yourself or someone else is criticising you on a daily basis, telling you you're no good. You're even telling yourself you're no good. You look terrible. Oh my goodness. You know, when you can't take a compliment, your self-worth, your self-belief, your self-esteem is at an all-time low. Okay? You may even just be self-sabotaging. Or you may, you know, putting things off, or you start to lose weight and then everything goes wrong. You start eating loads of rubbish again, or you start your business and you're doing so well but then you just stop. It's all about self-doubt and valuing yourself. Now let's go back to the middle of the onion. So at some point in your life, your feelings of I am not enough has come from, I'll just give you for instance, it can come for many reasons, for different reasons, for different people. We are all unique. So what happens, let's just say for instance, you are 5 years old and your mum and dad split up. Okay, now as a child, it is ingrained in us to worship our mum and dad. That's why you'll find children who are often abused still want to stay with their mum and their dad because they love them so much. Okay, so that's another long story. Anyhow, so your mum and dad split up. As a child, you have no mature thought process. You can only feel. So you feel in some way that is your fault why your mum or your dad has left. So you think, right, my mum and dad's left, that's my fault. Well, if they left me, then means I don't matter, because if they love me, they wouldn't have left me. I don't understand the wider picture. So you get feelings of self-worth, abandonment, you don't matter. Okay, you're insignificant. And then when you try to talk to someone about it, nobody listens. So then you think you have no voice. And having no voice and no one listening, you feel powerless and helpless. Can you see where I'm going? So when we start with anxiety and we start to peel it back to the middle, the common denominator is I am not enough. And that's where people like me can help you. I can peel back the layers and find out the root cause of your issues, why you feel that you are not enough. Now you can have someone, you look at their home and their home looks amazing. They've got everything. They've got the girlfriend, or they've got the boyfriend. They've got it all going on. They're fit. They've got a great job. Okay? Why have they got depression? Suddenly, look at celebrities. Look at that chap on the telly the other day, or people that harm themselves. It's because they're so afraid to look a failure, to reach out and seek help, that they take it all within them. That's why they start to take drugs, or they drink, or they gamble, or why people overeat. So my call to action to you is message me, contact me, and I will help you remove those limiting negative beliefs, okay, that hold you back from being successful in your business, being successful in a relationship, or just feeling proud of yourself, confident, motivated, whatever it is you want to feel. Honestly, really have a think about it. Okay? So, listen, message me or book a strategy call. Hope this makes sense now. So, yeah, anxiety and onions, you get it. Have a great day. I hope this was interesting for you. Bye.